Okay, so part 4. Now when we go to the 5th, right, I gotta keep my bandy cam up there. We go to the 5th, the X hex pen, root goes to 5. So root goes to 5 down here, what was previously 2, and we're going to play this Mixolydian there. So we're like, alright, now what is that? It's supposed to be F. F is the 5th of the magic key, okay? So let's get the F on 5 here. See, we've substituted. We have our 2. This is our root key. We're going to play it as the 2. This is now on the 4th. It's the 6th of the magic key. Okay. So C is the 6th of E flat. And then C is the 5th of the key of F. Okay, so it would be like this. But where's that blues note? Let's try it one more time. 5, 5. It's right there at the very beginning, and then up at this 5, 6. So it's, we'll skip the first one. Just like that. Seven root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root. Now if we go root 2, we're up here. We could hit that that blues key. Okay, but keep in mind that's no better than the other 2 magic key notes that we get by playing in the magic key in itself, which is the flatted 3rd and the flatted 7th. Okay, so the flatted 7th is the flatted 3rd of the 5th. Okay. So where is that flatted 7th? Okay, we're right here. We're in the 5, and the root goes to the 5th now because it's the 5th of the 5th of the magic key, something like that. So we go 5, 6, 7. What we're looking for is that blues note. Okay, saved by the chart here. Okay, sorry, saved by the chart here. I've gone and color coded this so that the blues notes. So once we go into that Mixolydian 5th, we're only getting 1 blues note for free. Okay? It's like playing Mixolydian on the 5th. That's our free blues note right there. The Mixolydian 7th. So we still have the 5, 6 blues note. Alright, so that's important to remember. That I've color coded these things. So this is the blues note we get for free. But look what we get on the 5th, where we're playing an E flat, which is the 4th of the magic key. Okay, we can do the... Now we don't want to do the key of B flat, but if we do, we get these 3 flats, and I've darkened them. So when you go into the Aeolian E flat of the magic key, you're going to go in there at the 4th. Okay, so here's the 1st. Here's the 4th. Okay, now when we've done that, root goes to the 6th. So this is the 6th here. Okay, and we can start at 2 on the F there. It goes to the 6. G is the 6th of the magic key. I'm going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a blues note. 5, we've got a note for free there. Okay, 7 root 2. Okay, so the E flat gives us, I made this chart, and believe me, it took me an hour the other morning. You know, this was the subject of editing the chart, was to give us these blues notes that we get for free when we go to the E flat. But notice when we go to the F, which is the 5th of the magic key, we only get the darkened 4th, because the 4th of F is the B flat. So we get the 3 of them in the E flat, and with the B flat we get 2 of them, the root and the 4th. So the root and the 4th in the B flat key. So if we're in the, say you just want to do some blues in one key, not go 1, 4, 5. Right? Then you'd have a darkened root, 2, 3, and then a darkened 4, 5, 6. This is almost like piano keys. 7 root, you see? Now the other keys are also darkened too. The accidentals are also there. So we're not leaving any out, we just don't have a number in the scale that we're doing. So that's how that works. It's not a bad way to play the blues. What else do I got? So we add the 6 flat on, that's on the root only, but notice how that 6 flat, here it is, 6 flat, it's in between the 5, 6, which is a nice way to look at the short patterns. What if you're doing like a C up here? Okay, and you want to do the D shape there. You want to do the D shape B flat. Well, it's way down here on my guitar. So we're like, there's your C, there's the B flat. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right in between that short string shape, that's where it is. So let's see where else we can get that. Down up here, way up here. So we would start and we go. Alright. Right there, the 5 to 6. F to G is a 5 to 6, a B flat. See, I did an on string right there. So that's why it's easy to do the 4th of the 4th blues magic key, because your blues note falls in between the 5 and the 6 in the short pattern. So let's look at that. So let's look at our short patterns here. Okay, right here. Now here's the long patterns, and notice one thing I noticed the other day: the long patterns are the same as the short patterns. Okay, pentatonically, they're very similar. Look at these pents. Okay, so where are these pents? Here's pents for, well, this is a little more complicated. So let's go back to the root. Oh, we don't need a pent sub on the root. Okay, so we got to go to the 4th. We can play a pent on the root. Notice how we have 2, 3, 5, 6 root 2 here, and then the long pattern is just root 2, 3, 5, 6 root 2. Is what I'm saying. So we have the same S3S right there in the long form and in the short form, and then we go into a nice S2L there, and the long and the short. They're this. All right, so we're on like part 5 now. Okay, the little charts we were just looking at only were in root, so you're not going to see that blues note, particularly between 5 and 6. You'll see that blues note between 4 and 5. Let's just look at that. You'll see that blues note between 4 and 5. Here's one between 4 and 5. Here's one right here between 4 and 5. Okay, but 4 and 5 of the Dorian is the 5 and 6 of the Ionian. So you're playing Dorian, root goes to Dorian, you're going to get it in 5 and 6. Okay? Alright. So we've got to wrap the lesson up. I think we're going to, it's hot. It's really hot in here. It's pushing 86 in here. So this is it, and then the cello charts are a wonderful discussion. But I would suggest that the best key to work in for the blues substitution is the 4th of the 4th, which so whatever you're working in, if you're working the key of E, the 4th of the 4th would be the key of D. It's just one whole step down. It's interesting, if you go to the 3rd string in string shapes, you're going to have a string shape that's one whole step down from whatever mode you're in. You can even, you can even apply it to modes. So let's say we're in Aeolian here, 6/7 root, 6/7 root, 2/3. Okay, 6/7 root, 2/3. 4. I almost forgot my D string shape. 6/7 root, 2/3 4 5 6. So look at this F here. This F is one scale tone lower than the G in 6/7 root. Okay, in the key of B flat there. So in general, the 3rd string shape is one scale member lower. So that's interesting. So if I'm playing in this key of like C of G, so I know the blues magic key is going to be able to go. Alright, now where is that blues note? That's the question. Alright, so remember, the blues note in the magic key, where we've got a Dorian substitution for the root, is going to be in 5/6. So if we go root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so root 2, 3, 4, 5, right here. Let's try it again. Okay. Now, that's the Ionian with the 5 and 6 blues note. Sorry. But we want to play that from the Dorian, so it's there's a blues note. Sorry about that. Hey, we've got to finish up, wrap up the lesson. We've got a lot of things coming up in the future. Remember, if you like these videos, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Keep playing and keep improving. You're going to be great.